Hello, so today we're going to talk a little bit about our weekly discussion, how it works, our weekly discussion. As you know, we're not meeting right now in person. This is an e-learning class, which means you have 1 week to cover all the material that we have designed for data analytics. That means at the beginning of the week, we open the modules. You're able to read the material, you're able to check the weekly discussion, you're able to finish your case analysis and work in your signature assignment if that is the case. So every single week, we're going to have a moment and a space to interact with our classmates. And a way to do that is by using the weekly discussion. So let me show you an example of how our weekly discussion is. So for this quarter, we have our weekly discussion, we have all our peers in the class enrolled. And then the way that it works is that the first week, we have an introduction where all of us are going to answer and participate actively in our weekly discussion. You're going to post an introduction of yourself. You're going to be really creative, telling us about who you are, where you're from, if you have any hobbies, if you live in LA, and then you're actually going to get deeper into the material of the class. We're going to talk a little bit about data, about information, and about knowledge. A way of doing this is that you can actually go online and use secondary sources, trying to cite the theory, but also examples. Examples here are really critical. Then finally, you are going to interpret and analyze this image. You're going to tell us about the data, when it's sorted, when it's rearranged, and then here when you explain things with a story. For week 2, if this is the case of the class or not, we're going to have the table with all our leaders. So then, of course, this is going to vary. So then that means I'm going and I'm going to check when I'm going to be the leader. So then let's say, for example, my name is Brittany. And if I'm Brittany, that means I'm actually going to be the leader for week number 8. So then I can go into week number 8 and I can check what is the topic that I have, which is this one, week 8. That means I am actually going to be talking about how do information systems and data affect organizations. How can you reduce the risk of information systems? And how can you keep data and information secure? So then that means I need to talk about these topics and I need to write down a paper. So these are the guidance for the leaders. I'm going to write down a paper, which is going to be minimum 1 page. I'm going to cite minimum 3 sources. They need to be credible. I'm going to provide some examples. And after this, after talking about my main questions, I'm going to post 3 discussion questions so then my classmates can talk about and analyze. That's exactly how it works. The main thing in the main goal is to do it before Friday night. So then our peers have time to read the whole paper that you wrote down as a leader, and then they can start talking, answering, and researching the 3 questions that you're posting. Please remember here to be really interactive, be really creative, find ways of answering and engaging your audience. This is key about interaction. Remember, we're not meeting in person, so this is our space for you to learn about each other, for you to shine, for you to be really critical when you're thinking and when you're researching, and try to find your tribe and try to connect with your peers. So after that, as a responder, which means the remaining of the group, if you're not the leader, you're actually going to read what is in the discussion board. You're going to reply by Sunday to the question reaction, and then you're going to be responding, which means I'm going to ask you to also interact with other of your peers. Remember, this weekly discussion is recreating the dynamic of the classroom. Since we're not meeting in person, I need you to be really active, and I need you to read the material that your classmates as a leader or as participants are posting, so that we can keep here the conversation, a dynamic space of knowledge, which in this case, we're going to be talking about data analytics in business and how it's affecting business, how it's improving business, how it's affecting us as consumers, as persons. So then that's what I want to learn from here. So then this is from now. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me using my email or using the Canvas site.